Hi, welcome to my show. This is Once Upon a Surgery. I'm the host, Kerry Berlet, wife of world-renowned plastic surgeon Dr. Anthony Berlet. I'm here to bring you the life transformations of his patients, their stories, why they did it, the surgery prep, what the surgery was like, the recovery process, and how their life has changed since undergoing this plastic surgery procedures. Every day, as his wife, I encounter so many patients and I hear their stories, and it truly is remarkable. This is the premiere episode, and I'm here with Nicole, and we're gonna spill the tea. So we're here for a tea potty with a D, and Nicole's gonna tell her story, and I don't even know it all. I'm really interested to hear. I know that you've had a couple surgeries, but I don't know like what prompted them. What were you like? Why did you think you needed plastic surgery?
So my story starts with me being 262 pounds.
Really?
262 pounds. I'm 5'6",
right.
So really not that tall.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't breathe. My stomach was in the way. I had been down to tie my shoes. I had to come up for air. And that day I was getting ready. I was going to my dad's house just to hang out. And it's like when you used to plug the camera into the TV and you can watch all the pictures on TV.
Right.
So my dad has this on the screen and we're sitting down, we're drinking wine, we're just looking at the pictures, reminiscing about family and whatnot. And there's this picture of me, which I was like, who the hell is that? And he looked at me and he said, that's you.
Really?
And I said, that's not me. And I have that picture.
Wait,
I'll
can
show
I
it
see
to
it?
you. Yeah. I have that picture and I said, there's no way that that's me. And he said, you know, Nicole, I want to tell you something.
I
He
never
said-
knew you. Oh my gosh.
Yep. So
Wow.
he said, you know, I have to talk to you about this. I've been meaning to, and I didn't know how to tell you. But I love you. You're my little girl. You're always going to be beautiful to me. He said, but I know you. I'm confident. I carry myself very confident. And even at 262, you couldn't tell that I was upset about my weight. Nobody knew. But inside, I was insecure. Very insecure. I didn't want to wear certain things. I didn't want, I wanted to run along the shoreline, like jog. Can you imagine 200? I was like, there's no way that I'm going to do that. So those are the things that I wanted to do that I couldn't do. Wear certain things. Cross my legs and keep them crossed. Yeah. When you're overweight, you're so big that you're like this. And so it was a goal of mine for more than 10 years to be able to sit with my legs crossed and not have to hold it.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, that day, my dad changed my life because to see his concern and the way it made him feel, I was like, I already know I'm overweight. I already know I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel like this. So that day forward, I changed my eating habits. I worked out every day.
Wow.
Long story short, I lost 110 pounds in just about 10 months.
That's like a full person.
That's a full person.
That was before the injectable diet drugs, right?
I'm talking, I
So you
started
basically
this journey in 2013.
Okay.
That's when I was that heavy.
I can't believe that you lost 110 pounds.
Carrie, I can't believe I did either.
But so I have to imagine that like if you go from 260 pounds to 150 pounds, there's some kind of
reason
impact.
I need surgery.
Yeah, right? I'm just imagining like you're this like something, the skin probably was
exactly.
not.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it. So I met Dr. Berlet. I work in a restaurant downtown Manhattan, and you and
Yes.
Dr. Berlet
I think you might have known him longer
our
than me.
valued guests. And I think so. I met him before I met you.
Yeah.
And so, I didn't know he was a surgeon at first, but we would get to eventually I found out. And this was something that's been on my mind.
Right.
I didn't know where to go. I didn't know the first place. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know who to ask. So.
And had you done like plastic surgery?
Never.
Nothing.
Never.
Okay.
I never even thought that I would need it. I never thought I would. Never.
Right.
So we started talking about it. He said, "Why don't you come down? We'll give you a consultation." I started really thinking about it, and I said, "You know what? I'm going to do it.
Wow.
I'm going to come in." Now I lost all this weight. It was my breasts that I was interested in fixing because naturally I have a very wide cleavage.
Okay.
So imagine your breast losing 110 pounds. Basically, it was like they were deflated.
Wow.
Like long,
Right.
flat, stretched out. It was really embarrassing. You know, it was, I could put a bra, I could put on a shirt and
it hides in a bra.
And nobody knows.
And then they
but
all
what
roll
about when you're not wearing a bra?
Right,
when you're naked?
Yeah.
You know, how am I going to find a bathing suit? Like now I'm like, I love my body, but now these are, I did all this work to just still look in the mirror and be unhappy.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. You go from having, you lose 110 pounds, and then you're still not happy with your body.
Exactly.
Right? So you know Dr. Berlet. Was he the only doctor that you went to?
I saw 2 doctors first, purposely made him number 3 because I knew I was going to walk out and schedule my appointment.
Okay.
Which is exactly what happened.
Right. And so what did the other doctors tell you?
The other doctors basically said I need breast implants. That would be my best option.
Even though you had these giant, long breasts, they would put an implant?
Yes, that's what they wanted to do. Dr. Berlet said I'm absolutely not putting breast implants in. Wow. And he said, you have more than enough breast. So he suggested a reduction and a lift. Okay. And that's exactly what I did.
Right. And then, and I've seen these pictures, and then that's crazy. Like you literally, like what was your bra size before? I mean, it looks like it was like something like a 38 long. No offense.
That's exactly right.
But it literally, I never have seen, I mean, the weight loss, you know, it just really, and gravity just takes a toll, right?
Exactly.
And then so what was so after, like what's your chest now?
It went from cucumber before.
It's like, I mean, that's really,
this literally is my before and after.
I didn't see the picture, it's not inaccurate. It's amazing. I never heard it referred to as a cucumber before.
Well, that's how I felt when I looked at them,
right. When you were lying forward, that's really how it felt. Wow. I never knew you were that weight. Yeah.
No one knows they're not fake because they're not.
Wow, right.
And that's
all you.
Yep. That's all me. He did exactly what I wanted without me knowing that's what I wanted.
Wow.
And that's why Dr. Berlet is the best.
Right. And now do you have scars? Or
they're very light, luckily. I have underneath and leading up to my nipple. Actually, so my nipples were this big.
Okay.
And he made them my areola, I should say.
So it's still your nipple.
It's still, everything is mine. He just was able to take, so now I have pretty areolas that everybody wants instead of big silver dollars.
Right. Silver dollars to what? Quarters.
I mean, silver dollar pancakes.
Right.
I'm talking about silver dollar pancake to a real silver dollar. So that happened, and you know that.
Now, was it painful?
It was not painful.
Really? Wait, because I know you're under, right?
I'm under, but I thought. So I was a little nervous for this surgery because I didn't know what to expect, and I never had a surgery before in my life besides like a tonsil removal.
Okay.
So
And so what did you have to do to prep? Just again the not drinking.
Oh yeah. I couldn't. He was very strict. He was very thorough. My plan of action. I had no questions asked. I knew everything I was supposed to do. He explained it. Exactly. It was not a lot of prep other than no alcohol. Don't do any drugs or make sure you got a clean body. He set me up with there was something I was taking. Okay. To set the pH in the body right and everything so that the surgery would heal properly. He even had a pre-healing plan to get my body ready for that.
And so you go under and you have these long breasts and then you just wake up and then they're just...
I woke up and I was under anesthesia. I don't know what I was saying and it doesn't matter, but I was just like, they were just... they were packed with gauze and cotton and wrapped up and everything, but I could feel it, I could see it. Now, when I say no pain, obviously there's a little bit tolerable pain.
Right.
Tolerable pain, and it was well worth it.
Wow.
Well worth it. I had drains too. That made me nervous, but everything was fine.
So I can't believe that other doctors thought you would need implants.
I couldn't believe it either.
And I saw the picture of you from before, where you're leaning down. And I know we could all look at it and have a bad angle, but that was extreme.
That was every day for
that
me.
Was shocking.
Every day.
And so then you didn't feel comfortable naked? Like, did you have, I don't know if you had a boyfriend at the time or anyone, but did that change in terms of?
That was the biggest like aha moment with my breast surgery was being naked in front of a man. It was embarrassing for me. I almost would mainly focus on that instead of the task at hand. I'd be focusing on what is this?
What do I look like?
And it would be like clapping and like it was very embarrassing.
They're like bells.
It was bad, and so that's what really made me.
Okay.
That was the confidence that I had. That I was like, I'm taking my shirt off all the time. I'm like, want to look at me? Look at my boobs, like like
touch.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I know that was your first surgery.
That was my first surgery.
And then there was a second
one.
Which
led me to my second
Right, because I'm
surgery.
like, so the boobs are fixed, but then you're like, there still is additional, right? Like after losing all that weight, there still is additional parts of your body that you feel need changing too, right?
So I went right back to Dr. Berlet and said, well, we already knew that was coming because we talked about it just a little bit.
That was part of the plan was, he said, we got to do this. Like you can't do it all at once, right? Or
exactly.
Did you just not want to do it all at once?
He recommended I did not do it all at once. I also have other health things. Like I have blood clotting disorder. So 2 surgeries at once would have been maybe too serious.
So it's a 2-step process. So you did your breasts and feel great about that. And then how much time passed
I
before?
want to say it was a little over a year.
Okay.
You know, you pay off your care credit, you get it all back, you do the next surgery.
Right. All right. So I know you had the breast surgery, but then so you fixed your breasts, you still have other stuff drooping, right?
Yeah.
And so then we're here with all this food, this like tea. It's tea time, right? Let's talk about the tummy tuck, and we'll have some snacks.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm gonna start with this.
Yeah, so it led me right to my tummy tuck. I went right back into Dr. Berlet's office.
And you didn't see other doctors about that? Like you already had a plan? Okay.
No, that was it.
It was like the 1-2 process.
Dr. Tony's my forever, that's it. He's in there. He's my doctor now. I don't need any more consultations.
Right. So now was that, the tummy tuck, that's more of a major surgery, right?
And believe it or not, I was less nervous.
Really?
I actually wasn't nervous at all.
Really?
You walk into Dr. Berlet's office, the staff is amazing. They make you feel comfortable. Dr. Berlet's
awesome.
Relatable.
Totally.
He's just patient.
Everyone's
He's
so
thorough.
friendly. Yeah.
Like I wasn't worried. I wasn't nervous.
Wow, because I feel like that's like one of the bigger risk ones, right? That people are afraid of, but you just felt totally confident having been through the first experience.
Totally confident to be filleted like a Dover steak. I was like, this is the way it made me feel. You know, most people are nervous. They're scared. They're getting cut open. It's a big surgery.
Yeah.
Big.
Right. And painful too, right?
And here I am. I'm not worried about it. I was more grateful that there are other human beings on this planet that have the ability to do something like this. Right. That I was like, I can't wait. I wish it was tomorrow.
Wow.
Like I'm ready. And that's how I felt from the beginning. I was putting on my scrubs or whatever they give you, and I wasn't nervous.
Wow.
I wasn't nervous.
Yeah. And so then when you woke up, right? So you go to sleep. So you have, so you had rolls, stomach rolls.
So it wasn't I haven't had children, so like I didn't have a lot of stretching. Okay. But I had like this folded over, and then
because it was a skin.
It was skin,
right.
And when I would sit, it would like ball up. It would like be like a roll, but I didn't have it wasn't fat, but I still had a roll. It was just a skin roll. And it was in the pants, and I couldn't button the pants. I didn't wear jeans in like 20 years because I didn't want the skin and the button to be in. And so, speaking of button, Dr. Berlet makes the best belly buttons
I'm so jealous
ever in the world.
I know. The Berlet button. The Berlet button. Yes, the Berlet button.
I said, that's when I was nervous. I said, what if my belly button, like what? And he goes, I got it.
Everyone.
I got the belly button.
And that's the thing. That's when you can tell some of these plastic surgeons do not do a good belly button.
No, he does the best belly
terrible,
button. I love my belly button.
No, and I'm jealous. He won't do a tummy tuck on me. And so I'm like, I want the Berlet button. It's not fair. My stomach isn't messed up enough.
Well, so tell him to just do the button.
Why can't I just have the button?
Do the button. Yeah.
And the scar is low, like you can't see it in a swimsuit. Right?
Even in a swimsuit.
Okay.
Even in a swimsuit.
I know. When I know we have to look through your photo shoot too.
I have a photo shoot.
I know. But now, so now you've had the breasts done, the tummy tuck, and so now, like, so how long do you think, like, what was that recovery process until you felt like you were really, like, fully, like, ready for show?
So, you think about what was just done, a whole panel of your skin removed, some muscle tightening that needed to happen, and drains are now, I had a catheter, which my cousin had to take out, so she was thrilled about that. She was my caretaker, which was very important. Also,
because you need a caretaker.
You need a caretaker
this,
first couple of days.
And you can't drive for 2 weeks.
Couldn't drive. I couldn't cough. I couldn't fart. Those are the two things that hurt me the most.
What would happen? Like, would you try it? Like, so
yes,
why can't you fart?
Because you're pushing in the abdomen, and the abs, it was just sore.
All right. So you're just full of farts and
full of gas.
Farts and
so
and
I had a pillow. I had a pillow to cough.
Okay.
And I would try to hold in my coughs, but that was the worst thing.
Right.
Everything else was good. I followed my instructions. I took my meds, and I with my breast, I didn't take my meds. I didn't have to.
Okay.
That's when you were like, how bad did it hurt?
Right, okay.
It really didn't hurt. And he was like, don't pull that with me. Dr. Berlet goes, don't pull that with me. Don't do that. You need to take them and he was right because
it's major surgery.
I tried to not take one and it was very bad.
Right.
So
Okay.
You got to follow instructions.
Yeah. But so then, so it's like, so how long would you say? It's like, how long were you taking the meds after? Like 2 weeks?
I did it for like 2 weeks, the minimum. I have a high pain tolerance, so like I'd rather take the pain.
Yeah.
Know that I did that. I did that,
Right. And so now, and I want to get into the photo shoot. What kind of, do you wear a bikini now?
I do.
Wow.
I really do.
That's amazing. Like, so, and
Carrie, I never wore a bikini before in my life.
That's awesome.
Never.
Right?
Always looking for, shapewear, one piece, push-up bra. Mm-hmm. I don't even have to wear a bathing suit now.
What? Full nude, right? You're like, where are the nude breeches, right?
Just kidding.
That's awesome.
But that's how good I feel about myself, that I could do that and not even worry about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we have cause for celebration. I'm terrible, and I know you work in the restaurant industry, so I'm going to let you be the one to pop the champagne.
You got it.
And then tell me about what you brought.
So one of the things that I've always wanted to do is a sexy boudoir photo shoot, something that I just only imagined in my mind.
Wow. Nothing you could do at 260 pounds.
Nothing that I was confident enough to do anyway, because let me tell you, there's plenty of women that do it and they look amazing.
Right.
So it's for every woman. I just feel in my heart that every woman should experience this because it's very powerful. It's confident building. And so that's exactly what the surgery. It's about loving your body,
right? And just,
And that's what Dr. Berlet did for me. So I was able to then fulfill one of it was a small dream, but it was on my list, it's on my vision board, and I made it come true.
So you went from being like, you were embarrassed to be naked, to doing a full
blown out photo shoot.
Right? Sexy mama photo shoot.
Yeah, so that's what I did.
That's amazing.
And
not everyone, I mean, that's huge confidence. Like literally you're afraid to take your clothes off. You have what you call cucumber breasts, right?
That's it.
And then now there you are ready to be like centerfold.
Which I am. That's how I feel.
Oh, okay. I cannot. Cheers
I did
to
bring something to show you.
Yes. Okay. I cannot wait.
I know.
But really, that's so empowering,
It
right?
is empowering.
To feel, to want to go to a nude beach, right? Photograph yourself in your sexy lingerie. And how did you know, where did you find, you researched online someone to do
No, a friend of mine did a photo shoot and I saw her picture on Instagram, magical Instagram, and just asked her about it. And I've been searching for a doctor that's, around here, a photographer. Yeah, they're all in Sweden or Turkey or whatever. So I found this photographer right in Long Island and set it up.
I love that.
And I brought my album. I want to show you my album.
What a happy hour. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Cheers to you and the new you. Thanks to Dr. Berlet. Cheers to Dr. Berlet. And the Berlet button.
The Berlet button. Okay. my customized album.
Oh my.
This is
wow.
beautiful. Isn't it beautiful?
Beautiful.
So.
Wow, look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that arch
That's me,
back.
Kerry, that's me.
Wow.
Look, I'm in lingerie.
That's
I'm
amazing.
in lingerie.
Like that.
Look.
What a transformation.
Never would I have been able to do this. Never.
Wow. Wow, look at that.
And let me tell you something. When you come into my house, I'm like, you want to see my album?
You're like, on the first date, you're like, would you like to see me naked?
Yep, I sure did.
Amazing. Wow, like that, your stomach.
That's my stomach.
Incredible.
Look, I have an ab, like I have a line.
You have, yeah. I mean, like, really, the definition is incredible. And
Yeah.
and your chest looks amazing.
Yep.
It's amazing that you can go from having, the like really just.
It's a transformation.
Yeah.
It's for sure a transformation.
But
yeah.
You got a whole new body.
Got a whole new body.
So you've done this surgery. Are you done, you think? Are you done with plastic surgery?
I'm done with the body. I'm
Okay.
gonna do a little hood eye action, I think,
yeah.
next.
I've done that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I highly recommend.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what I love, if you know Dr. Berlet, so he is obsessed with the Hallmark Channel, and I love, he loves having, literally, I mean, if another episode comes on, we gotta watch the next Hallmark episode, but he loves having that predictable, happy ending little fairy tale story, which I feel like that's what it's like meeting his patients. Like, everyone has their own little magic transformation that happened. All right, so that's a wrap. This is my crown. Nicole has hers to celebrate her happy ending. Cheers to you. Cheers to Dr. Berlet. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Push that button to subscribe and see the next Once Upon a Surgery magical fairy tale story.